So what's up, everybody? So I want to apologize for the people that are watching this that probably aren't interested in what I have to say. My last video that I posted about me selling my Crown Victoria, for some reason, it's hit people's algorithms that have probably never heard of me, never seen my videos or anything. Because that video was, I think, uploaded a day or two ago, and it's already up to 250 views. And I've had people commenting all night saying, well, this ended up on my algorithm. Somehow this showed up, blah, blah, stuff like that. Nobody was rude. There was only one rude comment, but I got rid of his comment because he's useless. So, and people still don't seem to understand that no matter whether you like or dislike a video or comment on it, no matter what you do, that's publicity. That helps. When you comment, that shows activity. That shows it to more people. So I appreciate you for commenting on my shit, trying to be negative. So, like I said, I appreciate it. You're helping me when you think you're hurting me. But anyway, so I made a video the other day about me selling Crown Victoria, as I said. And I said that I was going to buy something for the MKS if it all happened, like if I sold the car and all that, which I did. So here we are. But I was doing two deals at once. I was doing me selling the car and buying the stuff I have for the MKS at the same time. I wanted to trade my subs for the items in particular that I'm talking about in this video, but the guy didn't want them because they wouldn't fit in his truck and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, they're not going to fit in a truck, period. They're a big box with two 12s in it. It's not going to fit in a truck like you think it will. And he didn't want to make a custom box. He didn't want to do none of that. And I really didn't want to buy the stuff I have. I would rather just trade it because the subs aren't going to get used because I don't want to put them in this. But anyways, long story short, I had to buy the stuff instead, which ain't a big deal, but I talked him down some money just because of everything that's going on. So anyway, and he wanted to get rid of them, and I'm fine with that. So what I bought was some 22x9 Ford Edge Sport wheels and tires. So as I said, 22x9. I don't know the offset. I do know that it is positive, so I think it's 30. It's in the 30s. The tires are 265 40 22. There's some Japanese brand I've never heard of. They are really good shape. They are fairly new, so that's all I'm worried about. They do fit for the most part. The rears did not fit. I mean, the rears fit perfectly. Never had any problems. The fronts were a different story. The tires are a little bit too tall, so they hit the bottom of the strut, and that's a problem because I went to drive and I heard roaring like off-road tires or something. And I was like, well, maybe it's just because some of the tires are kind of low. And then I started to smell rubber, and that's when I realized that they're rubbing because the tires are a lot higher of a profile than they should be. But I had two options. I could try to make it work and figure out a way to fix it, or I could sell these tires or get a smaller size tire and all that stuff. Well, the guy that I bought the wheels from, he was very nice. He was really helpful. He said, the tires aren't that old, and there's a train right on cue. Never skips a beat. He said that he would talk to his tire guy about maybe swapping these tires out for some different ones, or asking him, what would work. And I said, okay. I said, well, I appreciate that. But I didn't want to get rid of these because they've got a good sidewall on them. Like I said, they're a good sidewall. The wheels that were on this originally, I'll wait. Once the engines pass, it's not that bad. That's where a lot of the sound is. But anyway, so what was on here originally was some 19 by 8.5 wheels with a 255 45 19 size tire. And obviously those aren't going to hit because they're made specifically for the car. If these tires were probably just a little bit shorter or a little bit narrower, they probably wouldn't have fit or probably wouldn't have hit anything, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, I got them to work, and I'll explain how I did that in a minute. But just a disclaimer or just something to be aware of. When you're buying wheels for your vehicle, you need to do some homework. It helps also, like for me, I don't like being asked a million fucking questions. So I put as much info in the description of anything as I can. So like, let's say I'm going to sell the factory wheels that came on the MKS, okay? So I'm going to put what size tire that's on it, what size the wheels are, the back spacing, the hub bore, the lug pattern, all that stuff. So The reason I say that is because that's important. Because the Crown Victoria wheels, like the Crown Victoria has a bigger size hub than this car does. On the Crown Victoria, I think it's like a 72.1 or something like that. And then these are 63.4. That's obviously not the same size. Because when I was going to buy new wheels for this car, which I did, I was going to put the factory 19s on the Crown Victoria because the tires were in better shape and the wheels are bigger. But as I said, they won't fit. So couldn't do that. I found that out when I tried it. So anyway, with that being said, that's another thing that I had to deal with. I assumed that these were from a newer Ford Edge. So the Ford Edge I'm talking about, it's like it's like 2009, I think, or 2010 to about 2016, maybe, or maybe a little bit newer than that. The newer ones, like my car, like a 2014 or 2012, somewhere in that year range, had the same hub bore size as my car, which is 63.4. The lug pattern is 5x4.5 or 5x114.3. But the Ford Edge that these came off of, the hub size on that is 70.5, I think. So that's too big. That's a lot smaller. That's a little bit bigger than what's on here now. So I had to order hub-centric rings in order to keep this from vibrating really bad. It doesn't vibrate, but I ordered the rings. They'll be here a couple weeks. I ordered them from the same company that I bought the spacers from, the Bora spacers. I've never had any issues, so I don't have any complaints. That's why I went right to them, because I tried to find some, and I couldn't find any. And these will be aluminum. They won't be plastic, so that's even better. And I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but this car is not lifted. It's not lowered. There's nothing done to the suspension. It is factory height, factory everything. The only thing that's not factory is wheels and tires. I should have said that, like I said, in the beginning of the video, so that way I don't get asked a million fucking times in the comments, is your car lifted? What's done to suspension? Is it lifted? Hey, you got a lift kit on that car? Hey, where'd you get about a lift kit? Because I even put it, when I had the 22s on my Fusion, I still said in the video, right at the beginning, my car is not lifted. But I still had people comment saying, hey, is your car lifted? Does it got a lift on it? Watch the fucking video. That's exactly what I commented. I said, watch the video. I'm not gonna answer your question when the answer is in the video. Just watch it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's not hard. So, anyway, that's what's going on with that. So the car's not lifted. I'm gonna say it again. There's no suspension modifications. There's nothing else. So the issue I had, like I said, was the tire was rubbing on the bottom of the strut, which you can't see because it's dark. And yeah. So anyway, it hit. You just have to use your imagination. It hit the bottom of the strut in there. And what I did was, which probably is not recommended, but I did it and it worked, so I don't care. Where it was hitting the strut, I just got a hammer and lightly tapped it and moved it out of the way. I kind of folded it up a little bit. The part that I folded up, the spring is not even touching. The spring is actually touching the inside of the strut itself. The outer ring or whatever that gets close to the tire doesn't have a spring on it. So that's why I was able to do it. And I only did the part that was touching the tire. So it was we'll use these spots. It was maybe from about here to here. That's how about how far I had to kind of fold up a little bit. But it doesn't rub. Don't have any issues. In the back, like I said, it's perfectly fine. Between where the shock is and the back of the tire, or the back of the wheel, whatever you want to say, back there, I have at least, let's not touch the hot rotor, there's at least 3 finger widths, or 3 fingers that I can fit like side by side like this before I touch. So that's more than enough. Doesn't touch any of the plastic. I've still got, like, the top of the wheel wells right there, I've still got a pretty good amount of travel. Same thing on the front. It does rub on the plastics up here just a little bit, but like I said, same thing up here, about the same amount of travel as the rear. So yeah, but yeah, I like the way they look. I wanted something polished or chrome. I didn't want black, I didn't want silver, I didn't want gray, I definitely didn't want no fucking matte colors. I hate matte colors. I wish my car wasn't silver, because if this car was black or like the pearl white and I had these, it would really look good. But I think it looks good no matter what, because it's biased, because it's my car. So yeah, I'm not going to lower it because that's not going to work. Those aren't going to fit. So there you go. That's what I've done. So I'm sure a lot of people say, oh, well, you ruined that car. That shit looks ugly, blah, blah, blah. Well, I guess it's a good thing it's not yours then. Good thing it's mine. And I get to ride in it and I get to deal with it. Unless one of y'all is making a car payment for me, I really don't care what y'all got to say. So there you go. I think it looks nice. It's definitely the first one I've seen, probably the only one that's out there on the road right now that has 22s on it. The Ford Edge Sports came equipped with, I think, the 22s as standard. The newer style or the newer model Edges that are about the same year model as my car, they had a different design where they were about the same idea, but they had black inserts, painted black inserts in here instead of just this like it is. And these wheels are a little bit damaged. I only paid $600 for the whole set, so I don't think that that's bad because these wheels brand new are $500 a piece. So that's, $2,000 for just 4 wheels. That's without tires, tire pressure sensors, mounting them, balancing them, all that shit. So, I think I did pretty good. He wanted to get rid of them. I had a vehicle that I wanted to put them on. So I've got the other 19. I got the 19s in the garage. I'll probably put them on Facebook once I get the tire pressure sensors out of them, because these don't have them. So my light came on acting like it was going to have a heart attack, but I knew what the problem was at first, or I still know what it is, but there you go. So yeah, I'll just do a walk around real quick. The tires are a little bit wider, so I'm kind of glad about that, but yeah. So there you go. That's it. I like it. That's all that matters. If y'all like it, that's cool, I guess, but I really do like it. So there you go. Sorry for this video being so long, but it is what it is. Had to say what I had to say. So hope y'all enjoy, and I'll see y'all later.